Speaker, and it's good to be back after returning from mat leave. My son Charlie's now 6 months old, and for the August sitting I was participating remotely because, as you know, our electorates are neighbouring. Bendigo, Victoria has been through another coronavirus outbreak and we've been in and out of lockdown. So it is good to be back in Canberra and able to represent my constituents here. The issue I wish to raise, a number of constituents, a number of businesses have contacted me over the last fortnight. We've been quite fortunate in Bendigo. We haven't had to go into another lockdown like some regional areas. Our vaccination rates are high, but we've still had minor outbreaks. And when somebody is infected or they are a close contact, they are required to go into isolation, sometimes for 14 days, or isolate until they get their test results. As a result, a number of businesses in my area have had to close because they just don't have the staff available. Their staff are doing the right thing and are isolating, awaiting test results, or because they are close contacts. They get no support though, Deputy Speaker. This government is not supporting these businesses right now as I speak. They've had to close their doors. Last year, in 2020, there was some support from the federal government. This year, there is none. Last year, in 2020, there was JobKeeper. Last year, the government helped to pay employees to turn up to work. This year, the JobKeeper program ran out in March and there's been no support. There's been some support for workers who were in red zones, in red spots. The Commonwealth did have a payment for those workers. But in Bendigo, because we were never declared a Commonwealth hotspot, a red zone, we didn't receive any support at all. The state government picked up the tab and helped those workers out. But the ludicrous nature of this system is that this year, when we're moving into recovery, the government is paying people to stay at home. Last year, when we're in the depth of the pandemic, the government paid people to turn up to work. You can understand the confusion and the frustration of businesses in my area who are trying to go through recovery. Now we're in the recovery phase and we're moving into that critical stage of the pandemic where people are vaccinated, we're starting to open up. Businesses will have to close from time to time. Workers will have to isolate so it can slow the spread of the virus. Yet there's no support for those businesses that are doing the right thing. I urge the government not to walk away from businesses in Central Victoria, to find the funding to help them get through December, through Christmas. They need the support now. When workers do the right thing and isolate, when businesses close because they don't have the workers available or because they've been declared a Tier 1 site in Victoria, they need the cash flow support. Where is the government when the businesses most need it? They're missing in action. It's time that the Prime Minister and the Treasurer realised and had a plan for reopening.